The most important prediction of it all. My prediction is going to be very, very different compared to before, but we are going to have to look at it right now. So I guess we'll start from WBG versus RC, and this is more or less just going to be me talking about this all. I don't think RC is going to beat WBG. So personally speaking, I probably would put WBG in front of RC as a win potential there. RC, Aka has not been able to really adapt that well. I feel like from the side of WBG survivors, look, we can personally say, where are they? Let's see here, WBG, or even just RC. There's RC. So from RC side, Aka's not able to actually, perform too well up against WBG. But yeah, Aka's actually just a little bit hard when it comes to playing the hunters in general. And we also can't forget that Kiria is very similar to Goku right now, because both characters does make pretty strong mistakes, but I guess they do have a decent rescuer, which is City. But when it comes to game 3, it is, if I'm not wrong, Monopi coming out as the forward main. Personally speaking, I don't think RC has the capacity. I feel like WBG's Alex, I feel like, I'll be fully honest, I do believe Alex is a stronger hunter now with his Hullabaloo and his Goldman, which, he has improved quite a lot before too. They were second, and now their groupings wasn't hard to go up against, but they were second still, we cannot forget. Right? And like from Aka's side, I don't think his round 2 Ivy nor Upper Singer is better than WBG's. And I feel like for round 1, he's at a huge disadvantage too. So between WBG and RC, I put WBG in front. Then we'll move to GG versus MRC. GG versus MRC for me is kind of hard to play around. The safe route would be saying GG will win up against MRC because Xiao Chen's Hunter is really bad. However, we genuinely speaking cannot forget about a few things, right? Issue number 1 is MRC survivors are really, really good. Like just Xiaodi, Nanako, and Huazi, those 3 are a tank. Those 2 are genuinely speaking a tank. The only issue is their hunter main for now. Hopefully he can recover on time. And then we go straight towards Chengdu GG. Where is it? So there is GG right here. GG survivors isn't bad. They're good overall. However, when they make a mistake, it goes downhill very fast. That's the issue with GG. GG slides downhill very, very, very fast. Their hunter is definitely better than MRC's hunter, but for me personally, I do think MRC will beat GG. I think if Xiao Chen actually starts practicing his Goldman and Hullabaloo and makes a really decent and strong progress on those 2 characters, he should do well. But of course, for most people, you should probably go GG. I think from MRC side, it's kind of my bet on MRC winning up against GG. For you, you probably want GG. I'll put MRC though. And then we'll move down between TE versus FT. This is quite the thing, but I'd say it's more or less TE winning. I don't think we have to say much on that. And then bottom right, let's see here, ACT versus ITZY. ACT is not bad overall, but ITZY is also very strong. The biggest issue with ITZY right now is their game tree hunter is a different hunter. The game tree hunter is a different hunter. So like if we go to a club introduction, where is ITZY right now? ITZY's game tree hunter is CU. And I don't think it's enough for CU at all for game 3 to actually do much. But like we see here, right, ITZY won 2 and ITZY also lost 2. They lost up against AxiWave, they won the U, and they won TE as well. ACT survivors, they're good, but they also make big mistakes from time to time as well. That's kind of our issue with ACT. But then I feel like ITZY survivors are way better, but the only issue with ITZY is game 3. Their game 3 is really, really, really bad, especially from CU side too. Having Hermit is not enough. Having Hermit is not enough. Like Dream Witch could be a possibility too, but like you've only Dream Witch and Hermit that you've used for now, unless you want to tie the game, and isn't bad, but it really isn't enough. But we can't forget that ACT did win against MRC, but I guess they lost to the 0-Z, so there's also that too. But more or less, ACT should at least guarantee to win against ITZY. no matter what happens. Then we have Axiwave versus WBG. Once again, you don't have to follow mine. I'm kind of doing this because I do trust him enough. Because I feel like Alex is the type of hunter that if he practices this, he will be able to make it. He will be able to do a really, really strong and decent progress. But from Axiwave's side, they did lose one game against Do. I don't know how. But from Axiwave's side, they're all good. They're all good survivors. They're all good hunters too. But I still feel like Kakaka might still get... Well, I still feel like Kakiri might get some stage fright. Now, once again, he's a brilliant hunter. But I believe in WBG more. I believe in WBG more. I really, really, really do believe in WBG more. So I feel like WBG should make true, and then Wolves should be beating ACT. MRC versus GR, it's going to be GR making it true. TE versus Zeta, Zeta has to make it true. It'd be very weird if Zeta doesn't make it true, I'll be fully honest with you. But for most people, you probably want to do Axiwave here. Yeah, for most people, you probably want to do Axiwave here. For Wolves versus Axiwave, I feel like more or less it makes sense for Wolves to win. More or less it makes sense for GR to win here. I think it's very sad that it's GR versus Wolves. I'll be fully honest with you. Like, for some people, this could be Axiwave. For some people, this could be Axiwave winning, right? But for me, this is kind of my schedule. Like, GG Survivors is good. They're definitely good. I feel like Xiaotong will have a really hard time. And depending on how MRC Survivors play, they're still really good survivors, though, we can't forget. That's the issue as well. But it seems like for this year, like GR versus Zeta, like GR versus Zeta, Axiwave versus Wolves, or even WBG versus Wolves, it's gonna be very, 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 very strong. I'm going to say GR will win. And from this side, I'm going to say Zeta can definitely make it with Peter. But then Peter has also lost multiple times up against GR too. So I'm putting WBG. Hold on. I'm putting WBG. This modification, well, wait, what? Well, but they're playing third place, so no. Third place is WBG, yeah. So third place is WBG. And then, so this is kind of my predictions. I do feel like MRC will win GG. Because realistically speaking, Xiaotong now has so much time to practice. It'd be weird if he actually doesn't make it. It'd be really weird if he actually doesn't make it. And for the assist predictions here too, Group 6 prediction for the unhappy was 50, 45, 55 means 40, 40, 30, and 60. Woo, this guy's higher. But from my point of view, I feel like WBG should win. I genuinely do feel like WBG should win. I also genuinely feel like MRC should win. But once again, everything's kind of all over the place. RC and WBG, but I say the hunter is better. I say Alex is a better hunter. Unless somehow, like, RC stands up really hard for themselves. But from, oh wait a second, from Wolves' side, if we can get the game 3, WBG can win. That's the issue. If we can get the game 3, WBG can win. That's the issue. Because, like, if we tie game 1 and game 2, I feel like game 3, game 4, game 5, WBG can win. But then the issue comes with, can we realistically speaking pull it off? I'm not too sure. But this is my tier list once again. This is like gonna be a summary. If you want, you should push Axiwave here. If you want, you should put GG here. And then put Axiwave down here, because I don't think Axiwave is actually beating Wolves. But more or less, this is where we're going then. If WBG makes it towards finals, fair enough. But I think GR is definitely guaranteed for now. But that's gonna be it for our predictions. More or less, this is mine. Hopefully you'll make your mind up sooner or later. But this is gonna be mine for now. That's it for me, Sugar. Bye bye.